welcome to Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I'm your host. And that deafening silence where Cassandra would normally come cascading in is going to be filled today by a very special ghost, a very special guest. Some might call him a trash daddy. And that's right.
Yeah.
He's my partner in crime. Welcome, Winston Carter.
Hey, what's up? I'm a trash daddy. Hey, how's it going, trash daddy? What if that's my trash daddy voice? Hi, nice to be here. I'm so excited to finally be on the show.
I don't like your trash daddy voice, but
hey, what's up? What are you throwing away? What are you throwing away?
Okay, now I'm liking it better.
I'm excited to be here. Okay, if it's guttural and gross, cool. Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I can't wait to talk about trash.
Well, Trisha or Winston, what do you know about trash?
I know I've been to a couple dumps in my day, and no, but I certainly enjoy watching Schadenfreude as much as the next person, seeing some trashiness happen adjacent to me. I love it.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna we
I'm
start
no expert.
No, you're no expert. That's true. So we normally start off episodes where we explain, how Cassandra and I give our trash credentials, if you will, essentially saying why we're trash. So I'm going to ask that you do the same shortly.
Okay.
So I'm going to start it off though and tell a story of past, trash of the past.
Okay.
Trash.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you two options actually. So
okay.
Yeah, two options. So all right. So I'm going to either tell a story with you or about us, if you will, a little bit.
Okay.
Where we were instigating someone to drink too much at a bar as a twosome. Like we definitely have some peer pressure to us.
Sound like a great story. Okay. All right.
Is that not true?
I don't know, man. People make their own decisions.
Tell the story. That's fair. All right,
fair. Tell the story. I do that one where that's what we're doing.
We dynamic together, some might say, but I would say one of the things that we definitely do is when we go out, people really remember that we were there. Is that true?
Sure. Yeah, that's one way to put it. The same way you'd remember if like a Godzilla was at a party. You'd be like, man, Godzilla was really out last night. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he destroyed the city. We're all aware Godzilla was at the party. Yeah.
All right. So for our friend's birthday party, we went to a dive bar. A dive. Maybe sees 6-7 people a night. And that's on a Saturday, a big night for them. So our friend scheduled his birthday party at this place. And let's say there were 40 people that showed up. The bartender started taking shots early in the day. And by the time we got there was wasted, struggling, and having just a hell of a day. This is supposed to be a cash only bar, but she said we can actually take credit cards tonight. So most people were putting things on their tab. And so she got overwhelmed at one point, and an employee, or non-employee, like a regular at the bar, just at one point had to come back and just start handling things. Making drinks for her, opening beers. She, if you asked for, a shot, she would put it in like a tumbler and it was halfway to the top. It was a crazy night. So there's an outside of this particular bar, and they had old tequila bottles as flower plots. So, put some succulents, a flower in it. The rain would collect in these old tequila bottles, but it was, a flower pot essentially. Well, that's just kind of, context of what's happening that night. So, shots the size of tumblers, drunk bartender, absolute chaos. The regulars hate us. And we had a friend that was like, holding up one of these flower pots of an old tequila bottle. And I said, it looks like mezcal instead of tequila, maybe like a browner tint to it, because again, it was dirty rainwater. And I said, man, you should definitely chug that. And then I started chanting, chug it. And everyone started chanting, chug it. And that friend did chug the dirty rainwater. from the
Yeah.
tequila bottle, holding flowers and dirt.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then another person was just walking by, and that person just spit it in his face.
Yeah, it was there's some timing there that was like really perfect. I do remember this.
It was a beautiful
It's
moment.
not that bad. That's really not. I don't think that's that trashy on us, truthfully.
But you don't think the peer
whole
pressure
night
of
was
us,
trashy.
the whole night was trashy, but
I would argue no one drinks dirty like bar like the type of plant that's like mostly like it's like instead of chlorophyll it works off of like old cigarette butts, like that type of plant water. No one drinks that. Like we did not peer pressure. You can't peer pressure someone into that they have to walk down that road on their own. It's my personal take.
we also chanted for someone to get up on top of a dumpster and give a speech.
Oh, that was pretty crazy. Yeah. And then I remember them getting yelled at. Like someone a normal adult came back and was like, get off the dumpster. and the look of shame. I was like, yeah, they shouldn't be up there. This is crazy. We're getting out of hand. But yeah.
At one point the card machine was broken. Would not take everyone, and she wouldn't let anyone leave the bar until we could pay in cash, which no one had. So then I had to leave like human collateral, as I called it, like hostages, so I could go to
a person there so you could go get money. Yeah,
it was quite a time, but I do remember you definitely co-signing the chugging.
I was definitely I listen, there's a video of this and I'm certainly like, do not do this. I say out loud, do not do this. Wanting him to do it, but also vocally saying, don't do that. But yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah. All right. So that's why I'm trash.
You're totally trash. Yeah.
Why are you trash, Winston? What's your trash?
I'm trash. My trash is also drinking related. It's more recent. It's a little more condensed of a tale. It is I was out on St. Patrick's Day, like you do, at a bar where a friend bartends, a friend of ours bartends, and me and another friend who I don't think these two know each other, but a close friend of mine. They're both close friends of mine. We go up to the bar and I tell my friend, I'm like, hey man, I want to get drunk tonight. And he's like, all right. And he goes off and he starts making drinks and he makes 2 drinks. He makes 2 of these like green, I think they're called Tokyo teas. They're like Long Island iced teas, I think with like one different thing that makes them green, which makes sense because it was St. Patrick's Day. And he gives them to us. And I take them and then a beer for our other friend who's back at the table. And I get back to the table and I just drink both these because I just assume like, oh, he made me 2 drinks. He said, I heard I want to get drunk. So 2 drinks it is. 30 minutes later, when my friend finally gets off the clock and comes, he's like, did you drink both of those drinks? And I was like, he's like, I made one for Tex, or your friend, and one for you, like a rational person. I didn't make you 2 drinks out of the blue to walk off with.
Out of the green, really. Out of the green.
Out of the green. And honestly, up until that moment, it sounded completely plausible that he would have just given me 2 drinks. Like that's the level of partying and trashiness my friends expect of me and that I expect of myself is that, someone just handed me a full thing. I guess I'm supposed to drink this all now and move about my night.
God forbid somebody hand you a pitcher like to take to the table.
Oh, someone hands me a pitcher. They're like, go take to the table. And I'm like, it's down. I'm downed it before I've left the bar. I turned around, I'm like, hey man, now what can I take back for the rest of them? Yeah.
All right. That's pretty trashy. Now
Is that pretty trashy? Okay.
That's pretty trashy, Winston. Yeah. You should share with your friend. You should know that wasn't for you.
Yeah, I should. I mean, it made sense, but like my friend, was like, oh, these are both free. Like he also assumed they are both for me because that's just the monster I am.
Yeah,
which really says a lot about how my friends see me. But
yeah, that's fair. We recently vacationed together, and one of those spots that we were inside was the Vatican. Mm-hmm. Would you say I was well behaved in the Vatican, or was I trashy?
You were trashy.
Okay,
did you expect a different answer? Did you expect a different answer? You broke the rules.
What rule?
You ran around. You broke the biggest rule of visiting the Vatican is don't take a picture inside of the Sistine Chapel. A rule that not only were you, as we got there, bragging about having already broken the last time you were there, but then broke again in front of like the young minds of my nephews and niece.
All right. Well, somebody say I'm a bad boy. Yeah.
No, trashy. Okay. A bad boy would have like walked up to a statue and broken a finger off of it or something.
Oh, that maybe next time I go to the Vatican, I'll do that. But you know what I won't be
Yeah.
doing inside of the Vatican?
What?
Let's get into our stories for this week
Let's
from
do it.
vice.com. And now this story is a little over 5 years old, just so everyone knows. We're responsible journalists, but the police had to break up a drug-fueled Vatican priest orgy, and the Pope did not take the news very well.
Wild.
The Pope was reportedly fuming after the cops allegedly busted up the Vatican-based drug-fueled gay sex orgy in the apartment of a high-ranking priest. It was first reported in Il Fatto Quotidiano. The police had raided the apartment after neighbors complained of odd behavior and the comings and goings of people into the apartment. All right. Now, you're the Italian
Insane.
police, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get a call to go into Vatican City or near the Vatican, right?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm getting character. Oh, I'm a donut. Oh, Zeppoli. Oh, okay. All right, good. I'm an Italian cop now. All right, go ahead.
What do you think you're going to break up? Like, what is the odds are? Like, what would you probably going to break up if you heard like noise disturbances?
They're gonna be some demons in here. There better be some demons. Allora, a demon. Gonna break up a ghost, the Papa ghost, a Papa ghost. I think that's what you're thinking. Yeah, a Papa ghost, a demon. Oh, allora, a little bit of money laundering. Ooh.
Of course.
Oh no, a gay orgy. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Well, many of the officials, one of them in particular, had to be taken to the hospital to detox from the drugs that he had consumed.
What do we think they were doing? Do you think it was blow? You think these dudes, like they were like crushing, or do you think it was like poppers? Was this poppers?
You don't have to detox
from poppers.
No, you don't have to detox from poppers. I think.
But what if you took like a Vatican's amount of poppers?
What is a Vatican's amount?
I don't know. We've been there. It's pretty. Everything's huge. So I assume a Vatican popper is like a 2-liter bottle. It's like a giant popper.
I would say ketamine or blow. That's what I would assume.
You think it was ketamine? I think it was blow. Maybe ecstasy. Were they? Ecstasy. Like, is that? I just think it's fun, the idea of a bunch of like old priests doing ecstasy and like walking around the Vatican. Yeah.
I think that you showed your age a little bit, Winston. It's called Molly now.
No, it's not. Oh my, Erica.
The youth do Molly. No one does ecstasy anymore.
Yeah, because what ecstasy is speed and Molly. Molly is just the half of the drug.
Well,
Erica, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I had to embarrass you on your podcast.
I know the difference between Molly and ecstasy.
Do you?
Yes. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I bet these priests were probably just doing Molly.
You think they were just doing? Yeah. You think these priests are like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. Italian. I think Italian accent's okay to do. I'm going to feel okay about it.
You feel good about that?
I do think it's like. I think in general, I would imagine that everyone involved was like, this was all adults. Oh, we're very relieved. Oh, we're very excited. I think they were all just like, thank God. All right. Thank ay Dios mío. It's just a bunch of adults.
Yeah.
Given the Vatican's extensive history.
Yeah, that's fair. This is not the first time one has been broken up. In 2015, a 50-year-old priest in southern Italy was suspended for the gay orgies. And earlier, when the article was published, so 2017, 2018, a priest from Naples had been suspended for similar allegations.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I think they should have like a priest sabbatical. They should get like a year out of. They should get to go like to Fire Island or whatever for like a year.
Rumspringa for priests?
Yeah, like a priest Rumspringa. They can go to Ibiza or wherever they want to go. They could fucking go to Tokyo. I don't give a shit. But like, they should just get to go have like wild consensual sex as much as they want for a year, once a decade. But they get to choose when. So if they decide that they want to take 2 years back to back on either end of but then they have to wait another full 9 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So, all right. So, and are these church funded? Because that's their job.
I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, it'll be like what? Like significantly better than most other. They could sell like one painting and fund that program for life. So yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, Winston, we often sometimes, we've been to the Vatican together. We can check that off, but we've also been in nature together. We've hiked, we've camped.
Yes. Yes.
And now I have a question for you, and this is heart attack serious. If we were together and we were to come across a bear in nature, what would you do? How would you react?
How would I react?
Yeah. What would you do?
I think I would get big, and I think I would like to believe that I would be brave in that situation. That's the honest answer. I would genuinely believe that I would get big and like start yelling at it and clanking pots and pans together or whatever.
Oh yeah, because we carry pots and pans like old prospectors around.
We do. I've always had like a cast iron pan. I'm always making some giant steak or something.
That's fair. Now, if that bear were to, let's say, charge, if the bear starts running, what happens then, Winston?
I think I fight it.
You would fight a bear.
I think I go, because here's my thought. Genuinely, I know where you're trying to go with this, but I'm not going to give it to you. I genuinely believe that if a bear charges me, I'm probably gonna die. Fair. I would rather the story be Winston, that bear came running, and you know what he did? He ran back. I would much rather be like, well, if this is how I'm gonna die, let's make it be awesome that like I like died trying to vanquish a bear, instead of like, oh, I died like bumbling over my own knees, butt up, and the bear like just ate me butt first or something. I would much rather die trying to kill it.
Okay, that's
what I
fair.
wouldn't do is push you over in hopes that it would take you instead of me. I would not do that.
Okay. Well, the National Park
I feel
Service,
like you would do that to me.
I don't. I'm very clumsy, so who knows? Sometimes I fall.
Arguably, the flip side of that is if I just took off, you would serve yourself up as an appetizer to this bear already.
Because I tripped trying to run.
Well, yeah.
The National Park Service.
Oh, my phone's in my hand. Oh no! Like trying to hold something else.
I would not try to take a selfie with the bear.
You 100% would.
Well, the National Park Service has had to issue what to do. If you haven't noticed, there's been an uptick in funny and humorous national parks, Department of Wildlife, their social media presences have gotten pretty funny recently, and it's great. And Oklahoma's Department of Wildlife is actually very funny. Maybe the only funny thing out of Oklahoma, besides Winston and I, of course. We're out of Oklahoma, but no, their social media is really funny. But the National Park Service has had to issue a couple of humorous warnings, according to their official Twitter page. They say, listen, if you ever come across a bear, never push a slower friend down, even if you feel that friendship has run its course.
Which is a good bit. That's a solid bit.
Yeah. It's like, listen, we know the friendship's over, but come on. It's like, listen, we know it's exciting to see a bear, but they are wild and they are dangerous. But they did issue some other safety, some safety tips for if you do see the bear. So bear attacks are rare, but they may result in injury, death. They said that there isn't a specific strategy that works in these situations to guarantee safety. So there's a lot of variables: brown bear, black bear, polar bear. Obviously, there's a lot to deal with. But they said that your safety can depend on your ability to calm the bear. So when you're checking into a national park, go to the visitor center and get some bear safety information. Meditate with the bear, show it your crystals. Really try to talk about, your food. People always love to talk about, well, I'm actually dry cycling right now. And the bear will be like, exhale, and then start talking about the thing it heard on Goop, right? I think that's what it means. Just like, keep it calm. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it says,
have you seen a bear live? Have you ever seen a bear in person?
At a zoo?
Like not at a zoo? Not at a zoo.
No, I don't think I've ever seen live bears. No.
I do remember we were camping once up in like north of not camping. We were at like a cabin north of LA. And I think we were on a hike and there was like a bear further down the path because people came back and were like, there's a bear over there. Do you
That's
remember
right.
this?
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
I went looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, you are I said, when you know how you can take like a chicken wing and
Yeah.
if you cut the bottoms of it, you can push the top up and it's like a little like a chicken wing like lollipop. That's what you look like to a bear. And they're like, there we go. And you're like, oh, so that, yeah, I firmly believe you are the chicken wing lollipop of bear foods.
I think that's a compliment, and I'm gonna say thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, my girl got that chicken wing lollipop body, baby.
That's the new workout. We should honestly, if we opened a studio called Lollipop, I think we could get people to do that.
Yeah. Do the lollipop body, 90 days to a lollipop body.
But at the end, there is an actual bear. Like that's what you sign a waiver at the beginning that you go. I think
that should be like the fight, like a year into CrossFit, you have to fight a bear.
Okay. Yeah.
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 And then you have 1 year to get yoked enough to fight this bear.
And if you can't fight the bear after 1 year, you can't talk about CrossFit anymore.
Yeah, you're done. You quit. You have to have a slouchy body. You don't get to look like a person wearing armor anymore.
Winston thinks CrossFit is the highest form of exercise. It's all he talks about.
It's not the highest form. It does make you look the most yoked though. Like it is like it turns people into the way like we think like warriors look. It's not actually how warriors look, and it's so bad for your body, but it does create the body that like, because your traps are huge and your pecs are huge. It's all you're like, but it's like a weird type of thing.
The glamour muscles.
Yeah.
All right. I guess, where we do see all types of bodies and where we've been quite frequently is Disneyland.
Yeah.
Now, Winston, do you consider yourself?
Did you do a body positivity segue into Disneyland? I respect it. I respect that.
There's some lollipop bodies at Disneyland. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't say it like that. That sounds creepy. That sounds so creepy. Do not.
Adults.
Adult. Yeah. Okay.
Lollipops.
Cool. Yeah. We're getting further away from this Vatican thing. So.
Yeah. Now, Winston, are you a Disney adult? Serious answer. I
mean, I would say no, honestly. Okay. I don't think I am. I have a pass and I enjoy Disney, but I don't have like a bunch of Disney apparel. And I don't like, the things I like about Disney are things that I liked pre them being part of Disney, if that makes sense. But I do enjoy the park thoroughly. And I do have a pass right now because it's cheaper to get a pass than to like, if you're going to go once, you might as well get the pass.
Okay. Now, if you were to, I don't know, I guess say join a gang, would you join a Disneyland gang?
I would rather join the Crips before I joined a Disneyland gang.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you will see me with an MS-13 face tattoo before I rock one of these like denim jackets to Tomorrowland.
So if you're not familiar, according to an article from Vice.com and lots of reporting from the LA Weekly, Los Angeles Times, all sorts of things, there are a lot of gangs, aka social clubs, at Disneyland. So Winston was describing, denim vests. They do wear insignia, just like any other gang may.
They have tattoos and stuff.
They have tattoos. They have names like Main Street Elite, Disney's Villains, Disney's Resort Imbeciles, Turbo Jungeon Disneyland, and
that's the only one I like. That's the only one I like.
Mickey's Pink Ladies. It's I mean, they're not a threat unless you're trying to get, on a roller coaster, I guess, and there's 40 of them standing in line. But this reporter was like, listen, I'm standing in front of Space Mountain and I'm worried I won't be able to find the Neverlanders Social Club, another Disney gang. It's like, how will I know who they are? Right? I'm afraid I'll miss them in all this hubbub. But then he spots about 30 people moving towards him in a pack, cutting a path through the crowd. They're wearing handmade mouse ears. and they're covered in tattoos, kind of like out of the Warriors or something. And they're meeting with the leaders. This is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah. So basically, some people take photos with them as if they're celebrities, and Disney calls their employees cast members, and Disney even deploys plain clothed cast members to keep an eye on the Disney gang activity.
Yeah.
I went to True Detective season 1 is one of my favorite series of television, right? And one of the episodes is a one shot. It's a completely done in one take appearing shot of Matthew McConaughey's character and Woody Harrelson's character going with a gang to infiltrate another gang. And again, it's beautifully shot. It's like, I think episode 7. It's one of the best ones. But I would like to see a one shot of a plainclothes detective infiltrating a Disney gang. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's very funny. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I want to. What beat do you want? You're gonna go take them out. You're gonna take out these Mickey's pink ladies. I would prefer if these stupid gangs were actually doing illegal stuff. It's the fact that they're like, no, we just those other guys who dress like us and they smoke weed in lines. They're really ruining our reputation. And I'm like, buddy, you are in a gang that focused at Disneyland. No one is ruining your reputation but you. Like, you are fully responsible.
What are their regular jobs? I'd love to know.
Well, the one guy says he's a Toys R Us manager, which makes me think there's something deeper going on. But I do think it's like I respect it. I think like I was explaining to someone recently that going to the Disney parks as a single adult with no kids is like what I imagine is a completely fundamentally different experience. And we've gone with like children before, like nieces and nephews and stuff. And it's just a fundamentally different thing. And it is fun.
Yeah.
But the idea of building my any part of my identity around it sounds questionable at best for me personally. And keep in mind, I know plenty of great Disney adults who I love and cherish, and I think they're great. And I personally enjoy it. But if you're making a little mini gang, that's what are we doing? But also, there are way worse ways for people to find their like to fill their days. So I guess we shouldn't judge, but also this is trashy as hell.
That's fair. Yeah. I guess some people do fill their days cockfighting. And now, again, cockfighting, common hobby that used to be in Oklahoma. It's illegal now, I believe. But have you ever been to a cockfight?
No. That feels like a wildly loaded question. And no, I have not.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking.
Have you? Have you been to a cockfight?
No, I've been to a cockfighting ring when they were not fighting. And we know people that used to run a cockfighting, I don't know, den? Like, what do you call it? Like, we're a place where cockfights were happening. Yeah.
A den.
It feels like a den-like activity. Well, I would like to talk about, our home state from the Oklahoman.com. There's a county clerk, and she's drawing donations from a cockfighting group.
This was unsurprising.
But the motives might be a little follow the money, I always say. So Marissa Treat's campaign for Oklahoma County Clerk has drawn donations from a pro cockfighting group. It's 2 wealthy brothers who live 100 miles away and several political action committees that typically focus on state level issues. That's weird because the county clerk and the Oklahoma, a county clerk candidate is a non-policy that just oversees the county's records. So no political affiliation type thing. It literally, you don't get to make decisions. You just make sure that the files are treated correctly, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
But something might be a little, again, we're following the money. Her husband is Senator Greg Treat, the leader of the Oklahoma State Senate.
Wild.
I'm letting you draw conclusions.
So
yes.
He was elected by roosters. right? That's what I'm supposed to?
Exactly. Follow the
Okay, good.
money. Yes.
Follow the feathers.
16 individuals and political action committees have given more than $1,000 to them, Marissa and Greg, both, focusing on state level policy issues. It's like none of these donations violate state law, but an interesting way to funnel money into maybe a non-policy elected official into a very policy heavy policy official by donating to her campaign instead of his, right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cockfighting for the goose, cockfighting for the gander, as they say. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Babe.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Although I feel like it would be more work to like not like it would be harder to sort out. Like if you were like, okay, who is like pro cockfighting and is donated to this Senate candidate or this state senator, you're like easier finding out who's not into like the mass majority of them, if that makes sense, are going to be into it.
Fair. Well, the election is April 4th. She's facing the Democrat Derek Scobie, and this political action committee is called the Oklahoma Game Fowl Commission. And it's really for loosening the laws around the illegal sport of cockfighting. And it's donated $70,000 in political donations in the last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I do remember when cockfighting became illegal in Oklahoma and listening to people argue like why it should be allowed. People just being like, we should let animals put razor blades on their claws and fight to the death. As if it's a freedom issue.
If the animals were doing it themselves, I'd be on board with it,
Oh, sure. Like an animal Thunderdome. Two cocks enter, one cock leaves, but it's not no, people literally put
you get it.
razor blades on their feet and they fight to the death.
You seem to know a lot about this, Erica.
Suckly blue, my cover has been blown. I'm suddenly like a French bad guy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's tracks. I'm just saying you're definitely a cockfighter.
Well, I'm not a cockfighter. I will say that. I do love animals. I'm an animal lover selectively. I don't love them all. Some of them I'm just like, we're good without you. A mosquito, what job do you do in the world? I'm not a mosquito. But you know what I would want as a pet? And I'd like to take this time to platform you, Winston, and explain to the listeners why I can't have a pet pig. Your time starts now. Winston Carter, go.
So here's the problem with pet pigs. This is a very simple thing. You seem to believe that if we get a pig, it will be this tiny little cute teacup pig, which it will be at the beginning. The problem is there are no miniature pigs. That's not a thing. Even like the smallest pigs get to like 100 pounds. So if you got this little cute little adorable piglet, it's going to become a giant, enormous, smelly thing that we will own that we don't even have a balcony right now. So I don't think it's a good idea to keep a 100-pound animal without access to the outdoors in a very urban LA apartment. That's it.
Okay.
I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you so much. I have so many rebuttals. A, pigs are not naturally smelly. They bathe in mud to prevent themselves from being sunburned because their skin is much like ours and can be affected by the sun. So pigs are not naturally smelly. Their environments are smelly. You take a pig out the mud, it doesn't smell anymore.
Okay.
Point 1. Point 2, we have a large surface area that it could enjoy and roam.
Are you willing to give one of the rooms of our apartment to a pig?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's not a guest bedroom. That's the pig's room.
Yes. Guests sleep on the couch. That's the pig's room.
No.
Okay. We could get a wagon to carry the pig around and walk it like a dog.
Oh my God.
Okay. No. I'm just saying. So all your points so far, I'm just knocking them down one by one. Yes, sometimes pigs do grow to over 300 pounds, blah, blah, blah. But 100-pound pig, you're acting as if that's 1,000 pounds. It's 100-pounder. You could pick that up easy.
First of all, thank you for thinking I'm so strong.
I'm saying I could pick it up easy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
To be fair, sometimes I do struggle with our cat food,
Let's let the
which is like
let's
30
let the
pounds.
let's let the listeners decide.
Okay.
Comment whether or not you think Erica should get a pig with hashtag Erica gets pig, and let us know. Tweet at us. Hit us up on socials on Instagram. Let us know what you think.
All right. Well, one thing I think we can agree on, I want a pig and Winston is the fuddy-duddy. That's one thing. The second thing we can agree on is that probably having a gator as a pet is not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd be more inclined to have a gator than a pig.
What the fuck? All right. All
What?
right. I can't
What
believe
is the
this.
problem?
All right. Well, a woman in Texas.
I have rationale. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Let's hear
What's
about
your
this woman in
rationale?
Texas.
No.
Okay, so in the end of days, let's say in the end of days, right? Thanksgiving. So what I have with the pig is essentially I got some pork chops, but I love those pork chops. I've spent time with them. I have a gator. First of all, I'm not like emotionally attaching to this gator.
Why?
So if I need food, it's there. Second of all, I also have an attack gator. I'm roaming the streets. Everyone's going crazy. Like everyone's looking for like the remaining can of like baby formula. And I roll in with a gator. Come on.
You're,
I don't need a gun.
going to
I got
eat
a gator,
baby
baby.
formula in the apocalypse.
No, the baby formula is for the gator. And for me, because I'm very hungover. It's my hungover baby formula in the post-apocalypse.
You have such a leisure life in the apocalypse. You can drink. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're making hooch. Because gator, the people don't know, gator pee can become hooch. So I'm drinking from the gator. It's also my protection. It's my food if worse comes to worse. It's a perfect animal.
Oh my God.
And then when I kill it, it's armor. I make armor out of its skin. Pretty great.
Wow. Well, a Texas game warden and the zoo staff captured and removed a 7-foot-long alligator from a Texas home. The woman had been raising it as a pet.
Wild.
So a woman in Buda had essentially stolen this animal and then rehomed it at her own home. And a game warden and 2 zoo staff had to capture the animal and rehome it at an Animal World and Snake Farm Zoo. And the game warden is telling people on Facebook that alligators don't make good pets. And it showed a video of the 3 struggling to place the gator in a trailer for transport. She had stolen it from a zoo over 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? Essentially, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. A friend of ours, who I'm not going to name here, did I think at one point own a crocodile.
What?
On their land, if I remember right. I think
we know
it was
somebody
a crocodile or a gator, but I think it was a crocodile. I can't remember, but they own a lot of lizards. But they at one point, and then the crocodile, I remember it got loose and it was like living in their pond or something. It was a whole thing. But yeah.
Crocodiles.
So to me, this does not sound that crazy. I mean, you shouldn't have a 7-foot alligator. That sounds dangerous. But like, if like they don't allow it in Texas, but like they definitely allow it in Louisiana, right? And that touches Texas. That's like right there.
Do Texas and Louisiana touch?
Yes.
Aren't they separated by Arkansas?
If they're separated by like Mississippi by like a tiny, or Alabama, but I don't think they are.
All right. Good enough.
Louisiana touches, yes.
But I don't think you can have them as pets in Louisiana. I mean, they have to be. I mean, there are those like gator tours and stuff like that. I don't. Listeners, write in.
You don't know.
Basically, she either stole it when it was an egg or a tiny hatchling and had been raising it for 20 years. And the zoo that it was rehomed in is open for visitors, but it is unknown right now if the woman will be allowed to visit her former pet.
Yeah. I hope she does. We see all those videos of like, oh, these people own tigers and they went back and then the tigers knew them. And yet alligators, somehow we're like so speciesist. We're so pro mammal that we can't like see that maybe this alligator has a bond to its owner. So who are we to judge?
Well, speaking of bonds and who are we to judge, let's go down to Florida where there are gators as well. So from WFLA.com, a Florida woman calls for a sugar daddy appreciation day at a board meeting. So a woman took the podium at the Boca Raton Planning and Zoning Board meeting on March 2nd with an unusual request. She asked the board to designate March 10th as Sugar Daddy and Mommy Appreciation Day. She identified herself as Ashley Cream. And she said, basically, you guys are talking about, whether we should codify these flammable liquids and what city code is this, but no. An elderly man stood up from a wheelchair and walked beside her to the podium. And she said, "Dear board members, looking absolutely fabulous, a little serious," before she says that she was a concerned citizen and a voter. And she said, "You guys may not be aware, but Florida has the highest per capita population of sugar daddies in the U.S." She pointed out that Miami, Palm Beach, and Boca Raton have the most concentrated population of these aged benefactors. She said sugar daddies, both gay and straight, and yes, even sugar mommies, are responsible for college funds, cars, homes, rents, jet skis, Birkin bags, and the occasional body enhancement, she said, gesturing to her chest. Not me, though. I'm all natural. And she suggested that these aged benefactors support the local economy. And she wants to create a day of appreciation for these people. They have given us so much, she said. Thank you. I love you all. Bye. And the board members seemed puzzled by the request and said, "Thank you. That's a city council issue." And the woman and the elderly man, presumably her sugar daddy, left the room. Winston, thoughts? What's going on? I feel like you're silent on this sugar.
I just support this. I have no problem with this.
I have no problem with this either. I am too. Yeah.
I don't even think this counts as trashy. I think this counts as woke.
Define woke.
No, not falling down. I don't have to. I didn't write a book about it.
That's fair. But I love companionship. I'm supportive. I do love that Florida. I did not know they had the highest concentration. Good to know. They do have an aging population.
It's got to be Florida 1, Nevada 2, right? Is what it's got to be.
Oh, sure. We'll have to do the stats. We'll have to go. We don't have aggregated data to combat this, but I love companionship in any way. And our next story is about companionship as well. From CBSnews.com. A cemetery staff takes out a personal ad for a goose whose mate died to help find her new match. Wow. Okay. I'm going to get through this one without crying.
Yep. Let's see.
All right. A cemetery in Marshalltown, Iowa, noticed that their goose, Blossom, was all out of sorts after the death of her mate, Bud. They had lived together in this riverside cemetery and the pond. He died in August 22, and Blossom's behavior changed. She would just spend time near the front office, looking at her reflection in glass windows, just lorning, just looking off into the distance. And she wanted company, they thought. So what did they do? But they took to the personal ads, and they said they were looking for, they said, lonely, widowed, domestic goose. Wanted a life partner for companionship and occasional shenanigans. She is youthful, adventurous, and lively. And so, they actually took the time, posted this ad, and then somebody responded. They said, "Hey, loves a callin'. Knock, knock." I opened the door. Deb and Randy Hoyt, the owners of a widower goose named Frankie. So they said he was lonely.
Aww.
And they said, well, hell, that'd be great. Question, what were a married couple doing looking through the ads? You know what I mean? Who goes through the personal ads?
They're keeping the spice alive.
Oh, you think they were looking for a third in some way?
Yeah, I think they like to read them.
And mock the lonely?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not judging them. As long as they're not doing it to someone's faces, I don't care.
Oh, that's worse. All right.
No, if they're like, we're old and we just make fun of lonely people, it's fine. I don't know, man. You lived long enough. You've earned it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You've earned being mean.
Yeah.
Well, the Hoyts and the Tammans set up a Valentine's Day date for their birds, a blind date. And Blossom welcomed Frankie with open wings. Now the two are spending all their time together at the cemetery, even taking dips in the lake.
Oh, that's sweet.
Winston, if I died, what would you take to another mate?
No.
Really?
No, I would
Why
just I would be
not?
like I would be like the world's saddest whale. Like that whale that just swims around in the ocean.
Oh
Just
God.
fucking just existing. But for me it'd be like the world's drunkest man. I'd just be like traveling around. Like you'd see me on like business class flights just like hammered and they'd be like, that guy, man, it's a sad tale. But then if you see me, I'm like, ooh, another caviar course. Like I'm all
And you've taken to exclusively wearing like flower print and like Hawaiian print shirts,
oh
correct?
yeah. Only matching sets. Only yeah.
But it's your eyes that'll be sad, right?
Yeah, my eyes will be people will be like, there's a lot of sadness behind those eyes, and I'm like, that's why I wear sunglasses, my guy.
I feel like you are not taking the time to properly grieve me.
Grieve, you don't know how I grieve. That's like every once in a while I'll just freak out. You don't know how I grieve. And then I'll be like, another Bahama mama.
All right. All right. But you're not gonna you're not gonna start like making like a lot of public complaints, are you?
No.
You
No,
keep those
I
complaints
won't cause
inside.
complaints. It did
No.
make me, there was the specific in this story that made me so sad.
Okay.
Is they were like she'd go up and just look at her reflection.
Yeah.
She just look and she'd be like, that's another goose. Because in my mind, because that's what she was looking at her reflection, because she was like, I'm looking for another goose.
Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Hold on. All right. Damn it. Maybe that's why I always look at myself in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for you. Like I'm
Yeah, you're looking for no, Erica. If I passed away, you would be like reservation for one and say it's with such joy.
I would not.
So you would not. You'd be great.
I'd have like a year of like black clothing laid out though. It would be a very public
Mhm.
mourning, you know.
I know.
Yeah. Maybe I could get a reality show about me grieving for, a year.
Mhm.
And then that reality show
Yeah.
spawns the dating show after, right? You
Mhm.
following me?
Yeah, I'm
No.
following you.
Feels like you're not. I don't even know if you're following me on
I'm
social
here.
media, but you do sometimes send me TikTok videos. And this
Yep,
article
there we
comes to us
go.
from thedaily.com. A customer calls Walmart to complain of a full parking lot, and the whole thing was recorded on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a viral TikTok where a Walmart employee is responding to a call from a customer, and they complain that the parking lot is just too full, pointing out the limits, or it's just too full. So people are like, okay. And people are giving praise to the retail worker. He
Mm-hmm.
basically said, listen, what do you want me to do about this? Like the caller said, I don't have anywhere to park. And the Walmart worker responded, what do you want me to do? And then she just replies, the parking lot is full. He says again, what would you like me to do about that? And the Walmart employee even says, do you expect me to go out and start moving cars themselves? The caller doesn't reply and she hangs up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then the employee smiles at the camera and he said, see, that's how you handle it. It's like, was this a setup? Like, why are you recording someone taking customer service
Definitely.
calls?
Yeah.
I'm smelling something fishy,
Yeah.
Basically, Walmart was reached out to for comment, as well as the user, Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, people were obviously commenting online. It's the internet. People have comments, and people are like, what were they supposed to do about the parking? And another person was like, well, really makes you think why she called in the first place. I'm like, does no one see that this is fake?
There's like a certain ring of hell for people who fake this type of interaction, like the same people who like did the remember there was like we're gonna go feed the poor with our truck soup. You remember that? Remember truck soup?
I hated truck soup people.
The truck soup was so obviously fake, because then they're like, we're driving up, oh look, a homeless man in our local park.
Explain truck soup, Winston.
Truck Soup was like a couple was like, we give back to the poor, and they make a bunch of ramen. They made a bunch of ramen, but they made it in the back of their truck.
Yeah.
And it was like, but
They
she like was like
lined.
stepping on it. She lined the truck and filled it with water, but it was also obviously like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they drive up to this they drive somehow with a truck bed full of soup to a place, and then there's like a guy, and the way he's laying there, it's as if like he was essentially, you know, like the little outcropping of a curb that might come out like with one tree on it into a parking lot. That's where he was posted up, which I'm like, okay, if you were, I don't know, living there, that's probably not where you would post up.
He was also like
in the
sunning
most exposed
himself.
area.
It was like in Arizona, and he's just like a homeless person laying on a rock.
So obviously fake. And he's like, oh, thanks for the suit. And I'm like, these people who, it's not only, listen, if you want to clout chase, fine, just do the good thing. Like the effort put into what they did versus the effort of just doing the right thing and recording it are equal.
Right.
So, but one of those is actually helping someone.
Yeah.
It's insane. Except, it made me so mad. But yeah, those people, lock them up. That's what I say. Put them in the same jail as those orgy popes. You know what I'm saying? Set them all in the same place.
Yeah. All right. Winston's prison system is very reformed. It's very different. Yeah. But hey, Winston, are you ready?
Am I?
I don't know. Are you?
Yes.
Okay, great. Because it's time for the dumpster fire of the week.
Woo!
Oh my God.
All right. This comes to us from rollingstone.com. And this is an important issue that I think people need to talk about more. Couples need to discuss it amongst themselves. Living groups need to discuss it. There is a secret society of people who piss in the sink. So for a decade.
Man, these people sound horrible. What nightmare people.
Yeah. Winston, I'd love to get your perspective on it.
Why don't you give us some detail about what this is?
Okay. So for a decade, thousands of people have met on a Reddit forum where they discuss the water-saving art of taking a leak without using the toilet. So r/sink pissers is a forum that advertises itself as a haven for those who prefer to save 7 liters of water by urinating in a sink instead of flushing pee down the toilet. So one particular member took and made a confessional post, and he said, "Today, my wife caught me peeing in the sink for the first time." And he said, the look of shock and disgust on her face was priceless. "I fumbled for excuses, but really, I just like pissing in the sink. It's that simple." Someone commented, "First thing I told my girlfriend when we got serious was how I pee in the sink. She never asked why. I never explained." Okay. Now, Winston, when I was talking about bringing this story up, you had some reactions. Is that of disgust? Is that of camaraderie? Is it of curiosity? What's that?
Let's be very clear here. All right. I'm saying in my life have, I think, peed in a sink twice. All right. It's not proud moments, but they're moments that have happened in my life.
Okay. What age did you pee in a sink?
So let me hold on. So I think it had to be I think all of them were in California. I remember right.
Okay, good. We often face a drought. So, okay.
I lived for a period of time in a 1-bathroom place with multiple other people. And occasionally you wake up, you're drunk or something, you need to pee, and there's the bathroom, someone's in there, and they're like they're like taking a long shower or something. You gotta pee so bad. But I would never, I think these dudes are free peeing in a sink, which is like gross. That's a no, thank you. No, not for me.
Okay, so you're saying their desperation makes it, or your desperation makes it okay, but them just openly doing it.
I'm peeing the same, like that'd be like if you know, everyone, like some people I've had to pee in a bottle in a car before too. That's a thing where like, oh, I need to do this, versus if you're just like peeing in bottles every day, you know, for fun, different thing. And I wasn't like peeing. I've never peed directly like, oh, I'm going to just wedge it over and just pee into the sink. There was a process.
Wedge it.
Yeah. Mine was like I peed into a cup and then
Right.
poured that cup without the pee touching any part of the sink other than the drain, with water running down, and then that cup gets thrown the fuck away.
Did you bleach the sink afterwards?
I would extensively clean it, yes.
Hmm.
And I'm like a food person who like freaks out, and this is years ago, like forever. But I like would like extensively clean this thing out, and this was like, I mean, probably all within my first year of living in LA.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
you've
regret
never
saying
done
every part of
this.
this. I regret every part of this. I've never done what?
You've
Peed
never.
and then been like, I just like doing it.
No,
No.
I'm asking if you've ever peed in the sink while we're living together.
No.
Hmm.
No.
Okay.
This is all, I mean, it really was like within 1 year of my life. Like it happened twice where I had to pee so bad because like I'd been drinking or whatever, and the bathroom was taken up. So I was like, I have to pee so bad, and just peed in a cup, poured it down the sink, ran the water, rinsed the shit out of it with like, you know, like all of the cleaning products, and then went about my day.
Okay. All right.
Which I think, I would argue that's fine. I would say, and to me, that's fine. But
yeah,
no,
it feels like you're over.
This was over a decade ago.
Well, it feels like you're over justifying it now, and that you've thought a lot about it.
I truly, I was like, I'll share this, and then the second I had to share it, now regret doing it.
Yeah. Well, I one time was cast in a Dixie brand cup commercial, right? And it was shot. And one of the things we were asked to do was to share a secret. And my old roommate was there, and my secret, it wasn't like, oh, sometimes I pretend like I'm Frog. I also lived in a single bathroom dwelling in Los Angeles, and it was a Jack and Jill lock. So it locked, you know, two ways, right? And I was one time locked out of the bathroom late at night. I had to pee. So I took a trash bag into my own backyard. I peed in a trash bag, and then I threw it away.
This is so confusing.
There was a kitchen sink and a bathroom sink, end of list, in the home. So I took a trash bag and I went outside, and I told that story on camera, and they used that clip for the commercial.
Yeah. They were like, have you ever, you know, Dixie cups will separate us from the animals, and then it cuts to you like, and I peed in a trash bag. I don't know why. There's something about the loose liquid in a bag that I find so much worse.
Threw it away immediately. Nothing else was.
What are you? What are you buying a boba tea in Malaysia? What is this? You just have like loose bag liquid, and then you threw it away. What I don't understand here is, if I was going to be in the backyard, I would just be like, oh, I'm just going to pee on the ground and run the hose, or more so just pee on the fucking ground. Why on earth was it in a bag?
I don't have a hose. That's where I sit sometimes, is in the backyard.
Erica. Oh, this is so much worse. Thank you. You're so kind. You're such a kind partner that you like are helping me through by saying something so much worse.
All right, listeners, weigh in. Piss in the sink or piss in a bag and throw it away. You know, either way.
Yeah. Hashtag bag babes or hashtag sink boys. Let us know what you think.
Well, basically, so these people, the subreddit itself has gained over 27,000 users, and most people just kind of share occasional stories, although some maybe exaggerate. As one guy said, first time I was peeing in a sink, a frog jumped out and started sucking my dick. And people have to go, no, you got to think in between, you know, use your thinking hat and say, no.
Yeah,
a frog did.
And that frog became a prince.
But people are saying that they are saving water. They're all about the water saving, they said.
I think there's probably a good argument to that. I think that probably is true. If you think about how much water it takes to flush a toilet and the problem is you can't pee in a toilet like you can't just pee in a toilet and be like, I'm not going to flush it, because it gets horrifying. So like, I do think it's weird that we don't have like a way to pee in a toilet and get that pee out of there without being a problem, without so much water, like the same amount of water. And I know there's like toilets that have like the pee flush and the poop flush, but even that pee flush is a lot of, you know, there's a lot of water even in that pee flush.
Yeah. Well,
I
one
think you've
Redditor.
converted me. I think I'm going to start peeing in the sink all the time.
No,
Erica.
that wasn't the point. Well, one Redditor said, "Let he who hasn't pissed in the shower cast the first stone," or however the Bible verse
The
goes.
sink.
No, he said the shower.
Yeah, I
So
think
he's saying women.
well, I mean, everyone in the world has peed in the shower at some point. I am firmly believe that.
Yeah, he says women pee in the shower all the time, and it's no different than peeing in the sink.
That feels like a little misogynistic. Just like all women
Yeah.
pee in the I don't know why you gotta just, how about this, man? People. What if
Yeah.
people pee in the shower? What if you didn't see? What if it was just people?
Okay, yeah, I agree. Peeing in the sink. Okay, so I attended a Korean spa,
Mm-hmm.
had a gift card, and I was very excited. And in the spa, a Korean spa, you are to shower completely nude, and that's how you can use the baths and the dips and the sauna.
Mm-hmm.
It's an agreement. Everyone has, it's group showers basically, and then the thing is, private. I was showering, giving myself a good old rinse before I got into the pools, and there was a woman a couple shower heads down from me also showering, and I'm 100% certain she was also peeing down her leg.
Ugh.
And I don't know what the etiquette or the hygiene states about that. But I decided to just really, continue to give myself a good rinse even after she was done.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to rinse off seeing that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do men pee in the shower, like if they're, the locker room,
Communal
if they're showering?
showers?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's been a very long time since I've been in like a big communal locker room shower.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It didn't feel right.
I hope not.
Yeah, it didn't feel right.
You're peeing like a private shower, or if you're a luxurious, a hotel shower, fine. Peeing in a public space, just don't have anything come out of your body in a public space. Yeah. Like, especially like that, there's a toilet so close.
So close.
So close.
Now, my question is, you're at a pool. Everyone's been drinking all day.
Nope, you get out.
Yes, but do you clock how many people do get out? Because it's not as many that should.
I don't.
Oh, I'm at the beach. I'm just gonna go hang out in the ocean for a second. That means I have.
If you want to go up pee in the ocean, I'm all for that. That I'm completely fine with.
Yeah.
Because the ocean's already full of pee from both humans and animals. Like, God forbid if a cruise ship is offshore, you're already swimming in some kind of pee, one kind of pee or another in the ocean. But in a pool, no. Even like a pond, you're in a pond. If you're in a real body of water, pee away. But if you're in like a pool, no peeing.
No peeing.
Get the hell out of that. Get the hell out of that thing.
But people do it.
I'm sure they do. And I also am like fairly confident in like the knowledge that it's such a big body of water, and with all the stuff in it, you're fine. It's not going to make anyone sick, but it's still gross.
Okay.
And this is as I am a reformed, I was a like middle school pool peer and have since become a reformed person.
Okay. Were you ever told that there was a certain chemical that they could put in the pool that would make it turn purple if it detected urine?
That exists. That does exist.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Yes, it does. There is a thing you can put in that will track like if there's pee in the pool.
But
that is a thing.
Bright purple if
it's
someone's
expensive.
peeing.
It turns a color. Yeah, it turns a color because it like interacts with like the urea. Most people just don't have it. And I don't think, my guess is that saltwater pools can't deal with it or something. Because I know I should have seen this at some point. One of you fucks. But I do know that that's a thing. I'm pretty sure that's a real thing because I feel like I've experienced that in my life.
I feel like it's a myth people tell people.
Is that a Berenstein Bears thing?
Yeah. It's a Mandela effect.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope. That is it is. Wow.
What?
It's fake.
I'm fake.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's fake.
Oh man.
It's what we tell people so they don't pee in the pool.
So what's fun is that next time I go swimming, I'm gonna bring some food dye. And I'm gonna drop some in behind someone and be like, "Oh, don't you have that dye?" I'm gonna ruin someone's life.
You're a sick man, Winston. Well, You're sick man. Winston, we end the podcast by telling people what we're hoarding and what we're throwing away. And what's something you're hoarding this week?
This week I'm hoarding Costco pie, baby. Talking about Costco pie. A pie, one of the chocolate peanut butter pies appeared in my fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like all Costco things, so much. It's twice the size of any pie that anybody needs. It's enormous. It's the size of a medium pizza. It's huge. And it also is, I'm not exaggerating, it weighs 4.5 pounds. I know this because the weight is listed on the label, which is like really upsetting. It is so good, like to the degree where I was like, oh, I'll try a piece of this, and now I've had another piece, and it makes your tummy sick because it's too sweet. But I've already had 2 pieces of it because it's so good.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's surprisingly good. So that's what I'm hoarding this week.
Okay.
What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding a new show on Amazon Prime called Swarm, and it's great. I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's about a female fan. It was created by Donald Glover and Janine Neighbors, and this female fan is like a stan of this musician who is kind of like a Beyonce stan, allegory, metaphor essentially. Her name is Nyjah, and this girl goes on a killing spree, and there is a lot of themes and cameos, and it's disturbing, it's funny, it is just very, very, very good. I really liked it. I can't say enough good things about Swarm. It was you get to see Kieran Culkin's penis.
Perfect, great, love it.
But I did find out that it was a stand-in. Sadly,
it was a stunt D,
not real D. Yeah, stunt D.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just it's really great. I would highly recommend everybody see Swarm. You get to see a Culkin, some stunt D of a Culkin. You get to see just incredible acting. It's really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. Also, the story is good and the acting's great.
Yeah,
but mostly, yeah.
It looks like a strawberry. It's very weird. You have to see the scene to get it. But anyway, what are you throwing away, Winston? What are you throwing away?
I'm throwing away performative feeling sorry for myself. Not for me, but for the concept in general.
Okay. And what does that mean? Fair? Yeah.
I'm like, like you've ever seen like somebody post and they're like, I'm going through this thing, and it's like hard. And I while I do feel for people who are going through things, it's like the 3rd or 4th time I see that post from someone, and I'm like, oh, you're like looking for a specific type of attention that comes from people feeling bad for you, versus actually going through something and people feeling bad for you. Like those 2 things are different. Okay. And I'm saying let's throw that away. Let's throw that, like, how about this? Like share when you're going through something, but there also should be like there's like a way to, like, it should be like self-perjury if you overshare, that type of thing. Okay. Or we should have like, there should be like maybe a department of the government that comes and like fact checks your social media posts. Like, is this real?
Like the way Twitter is doing now?
Are you going through some shit or are you not? Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. Oh, this is a reference to or are you like, yeah, I want that.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it. Okay. I'll allow it. Yeah. I'm into that. Yeah. I like this fact checking that social media should have. Yeah. Okay. Good call. Yep.
What are you throwing away?
Tops of fridges are dirty. You gotta clean them, y'all. You can't have dirty top of your fridge. I know you're not very tall. Maybe you can't reach it. Get a step stool. Get something. Tops of the fridges are disgusting. Ask a tall person. If you've ever had a tall person in your home, they'll tell you the tops of your fridges are disgusting and you got to clean them. So bone it out. Don't have a dirty top of your fridge. Don't have a dirty top of your fridge. It's just a dust magnet. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question, Erica? Will you be cleaning a certain top of the fridge at some point?
What do you mean, Winston? What do you saying?
I'm just saying the top of our fridge is not necessarily the cleanest.
And that's what I saw. And I said, we got to get up in there and clean that. Can't have a dirty, can't preaching about to dirty tops of the fridges if we have one.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. If you were just going to preach or if we were going to act on our own preaching.
Yeah. Well, since you're tall, you should do it. Anyway, where can the people find
right.
you on social media if they
Right.
were so inclined?
I'm on social media at Winstonius. At Winstonius on all of your socials.
Okay. And do you have any shows, anything coming up?
Yeah, you can come check out Redacted Sketch Comedy if you're in the LA area the first Wednesday of every month at the Pack Theater. Our next show is on April 5th at 9 p.m. That's a very funny show that I'm part of. And then you can search for the band Drac and the Sombrats, which is a band I help out with, and other stuff. Or you can come see Carter Johnson, the High Lifes, wherever in LA area, country music duo, wherever you see them pop up.
Great. And you can find me at Iconic Erica Curry on TikTok, Instagram. That's about it. And then you can always find this podcast at www.trashytrashypodcast.com or on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Trashy Trashy Pod. And we have a merch store where you can buy t-shirts, you can buy a hoodie, you can get it on a mug, a yoga mat, a sticker. That is at trashytrashypodcast.threadless.com. We also have a link to merch at our website, which is trashytrashypodcast.com. And we always support everyone listening. Tell a friend, leave a review, a 5-star review helps people find the podcast. Do them both. Knock them out. Boom, boom. Winston, have you reviewed this podcast?
Yes, I have.
Okay, very good. All right. All right. We appreciate you listening as always. And guess what, y'all? Next week, Cassandra will be back at the mic. A relief to all.
Yeah. No more of this shenanigans.
No more of that guy. No more shenanigans from
no
Winston
more
Carter.
Italian. No more a popa cop. No more popa cop.
A popa cop. All right. Well, Winston, thank you so much for being trashy with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Great. All right, y'all. Stay trashy. Bye-bye.